Hello friends, so today we will be continuing with cam and follower analysis, mechanics of machinery. So in this video we will see the introduction to cam profile diagrams. So how to draw a cam profile diagram, which is very easy as well as very important for your syllabus. So cam profile means the profile of the cam should be able to trace it. So how to trace it? Before that we need to learn some basics of cam, which you have already did in the last uh, sessions. Still, we'll just see what are these terms. First one will be rise. Rise is the uh, portion where the follower actually rises or goes up. That is known as rise. As well as dwell. That means follower stays stationary. There is no movement for the follower. And return is when follower goes down or comes back to its original position or the equilibrium position. Then stroke means the entire thing greatest throw which the follower move. That means the maximum distance or the displacement that follower goes up or down is known as stroke. Okay, and we will see this through a animation. So let's see an animation. What is this dwell and all those things means? Okay, so here you can see a cam which moves. So that is rise. That is coming down is known as fall. So again, rise, dwell, fall. Outstroke, dwell, return stroke. Again, outstroke, dwell, return stroke. So you see, it goes up. That means it is rising. That is normally called as outstroke. That is outstroke. Then it stays there stationary. It is not as dwell. Then it comes back, return stroke. Again, dwell. So rise, dwell, return, dwell, rise, dwell, return, dwell. So we are mentioning this based on this follower. So follower goes up, that is called outstroke. Follower is that blue thing, and those who don't know, follower is the blue thing, and the cam is known as that oval shape or the irregular circular shape. That is cam. Because of that unique shape of that cam, we are having a follower, rise and run and dwell. The cam is designed accordingly to the needs of the movement of the follower that we need. So again, just go through that. Once you get this idea, then it becomes easier. So outstroke, dwell, return stroke. Then also dwell. Outstroke, dwell, return stroke. Then again dwell. This may not be the case always. This is just to make you understand what is dwell, rise, outstroke, all those things. Rise is known as outstroke. That is when cam rises, it is known as outstroke. Then it is dwell, stationary. Then return stroke or fall is known as return stroke. So I hope this is clear to you. This is done in a SolidWorks software that you will be using for your lab. So again, outstroke, dwell, return stroke, dwell. Dwell means that follower stays stationary. When the cam is rotating, that follower stays in its motion put. You see, again from here to the beginning of the fall, it will stay put. Now it returns. Then again for some second, it is dwell. So this is known as rise, dwell, cam stroke, and the maximum movement of this cam, maximum lift of this follower due to the rotation of cam is known as uh, stroke. I hope that clarifies it. So now moving on to cam profile. How to draw a cam profile? Cam profile can be drawn by drawing a displacement diagram and tracing some lengths from that. And we have seen last time that for displacement diagram we have to depend on the type of motion of the follower. Basically, you have to learn at least four displacement diagrams. First one is uniform motion, that means constant velocity. Constant velocity, then what we call SHM, simple harmonic motion. Then what we call UARM, that is uniform acceleration and retardation motion. Uniform acceleration and retardation motion. In short, we will call it as UARM, uniform acceleration retardation. And last one is cycloidal motion. So for all these five, you have to learn how to draw the displacement diagram. Once you draw the displacement diagram, cam profile is easy because all the cam profile diagrams are drawn basically of the same type. There is no difference. Only according to the follower, it will make a difference and also offset. But once you get this displacement diagrams in place, then it is easy to trace to cam profile. So you should learn how to draw the displacement diagram for when the follower is moving at uniform motion or constant velocity. Then when the follower is having simple harmonic motion, when the follower is having uniform acceleration retardation motion, or when it is having cycloidal motion. There are different methods to draw each of them. So we will see each of them today. So first one is uniform motion or constant velocity. This is the displacement diagram of the uniform motion. Here rise, dwell, return, dwell. So this angular positions will be given to you. You should be able to scale that and draw this diagram. So uniform motion or velocity is the easiest to draw because once you know the angular position of rise, angular position of dwell, angular position of return, you can just divide this into 6 or 5, whichever normally it is done as 6. So divide this into 6, then draw a diagonal. Then if you know this lengths 1a, 1b, 1c, 1 4a, 4d, these lengths are needed to draw the cam profile. You will see it later, but just to make you understand how to, this is the diagram for uniform motion or constant velocity. Then simple harmonic motion. To draw the simple harmonic motion, we need a semicircular method, where we call as this. We need to draw a semicircle, then trace out the points of that semicircle by dividing that semicircle into 8 pieces and similar pieces onto the displacement diagram also. Then we will trace it by cutting that positions. We will see it in detail how to draw it. And second one will be semicircle. Third one will be URM or uniform acceleration deceleration or retardation. Here what we do is we will again cut the sides into equal spaces, and then we will divide the middle one also into equal spaces. Then we will try to project points. Then we will try to trace this pink line. The last one is cycloid. Cycloid is done by placing a circle at the corner of that thing, and then we will trace it. We will see in detail how to do it. Okay. So first, let's see how to draw a cam profile. So in order to draw a cam profile, basically of a radial cam, that is the most easiest one, we have to first draw displacement diagram. That displacement diagrams are these ones. So to draw the displacement diagram, you should know what is the type of motion the follower is having, whether it is uniform motion, SHM, UARM, or cycloid. According to that only we can draw the displacement motion. And sometimes, not sometimes, most of the cases, the outstroke may be of simple harmonic motion and a return stroke may be of a different type of motion. So you should know all of this to draw the displacement diagram. So sometimes you will get a diagram like this. That is outstroke. That is rise may be of simple harmonic motion. That you can draw with a semicircular method. And then a dwell, then return stroke may be of this type of uniform motion. So if you know how to draw all of this, then you can place that method to return stroke and outstroke accordingly, or the other way around. So combinations are also there. So first you draw the displacement diagram. Then from the displacement diagram, we can trace out some lengths that we need to draw the cam profile. So cam profile is drawn by a principle that is important, that is known as inversion. You already know what is inversion. Normally what happens is cam is rotating and follower is stationary. Cam pushes the follower. But while drawing the cam profile diagram, we do an inversion, that is cam is imagined to be stationary and follower is allowed to rotate in the opposite direction. This is a principle that we use to have the cam profile diagram drawn. So inversion takes place, that is kinematic inversion. That means we can modify the mechanism. So we are imagining that cam is stationary and follower is rotating in the opposite direction of the actual cam rotation. So if you ask what is the basic principle of drawing a cam profile, this is the kinematic inversion principle or basic principle of drawing cam profile. That is kinematic inversion, where cam is imagined to be stationary and follower rotates in the opposite direction of the cam rotation. As we see in that video again, actually here this cam is blue, light blue one, this cam is rotating as, and follower is just moving along its curvature and rising and falling. But in when we draw the cam profile, what we assume is we are assuming that cam is stationary and this follower rotates in this direction, in the opposite side of the cam rotation. That is how we imagine the things. That is, instead of cam rotating, we keep the cam stationary. Then we try to follow that motion by moving this follower in this opposite direction and keeping the cam stationary. So that is the basic principle. And why we need this displacement diagram, you can see it from this diagram. So if you have a case of uniform acceleration, just imagine. This is actually a solution for a problem that we will solve later. So this is a displacement diagram of a uniform acceleration. Here from the figure you can see it is having an outstroke of 60 degree. Outstroke means rise. Then dwell in between of 30 degree. This one. Then return stroke, or we call it as fall, return stroke of again 60 degree. Then again a dwell of 210 degree. This is fall, return stroke. This is the normal term we call it. And it is having a maximum lift of 40 mm. Maximum lift of 40 mm. That is for the follower. And we can divide this six. We should be able to scale it. That is, you can take 1 degree is equal to 1 centimeter. So you can take 6 centimeter for 60 degree, 3 centimeter for 30 degree, 6 centimeters for again 60 degree, and 221 centimeters for 21 degree. Then we can divide this line into 6 equal parts. Then you can draw a diagonal and you will get this B, C, D, A, F, G like this. Also H, I, J, K element up to here. The importance of this line is we should be able to trace this 1B, this length. Let me draw it carefully. This one, the one that I'm 1A, this darkened length. These lengths are needed from every displacement diagram according to the motion, whether it is simple harmonic, cycloid, or anything. We need this length. This length is what we need from displacement diagram to draw the cam profile. So whatever be the type of follower, simple harmonic, motion of the follower, simple harmonic, cycloid, will get a cam profile according to this. In this, basically you see, even in this you will get a cam profile like this. We need this length. So to get this length, you should know which method you should draw to get the displacement diagram. So again here also these lengths. The point where that displacement cuts the base of the rectangle. All these lengths. In the return stroke also we need all these lengths. These lengths. And here also these cutting lengths we need. So why we need this, we will see. So if you get this displacement diagram, then we get these dark lines like this A, these black lines. We should be able to draw a base circle. Base circle will be given. Let's assume base circle is 50 mm. Let's assume base circle will be 50 mm. So we should able to draw a base circle of 50 mm. Then again should be scaled. Then from we should keep the follower at the vertical passing through the center. Then we have a return stroke, out stroke of 60. So from that position you mark a 60 here, then a 30 degree, from there a 30, then and again a 60. Then last one will be, because total is 360, 60 plus 60, 180 plus 210, and last will be 120 plus 150, and after that there will be 210 degree. That we need not mark because there is nothing to draw there. So, and that 60 should be divided as same number as you divided here. You have divided this into 6 pieces. So divide that 60 into 6 pieces. You can either use a compass method, or you can just divide that total 60 divided by 6 will be given you 10 degrees. So each of this will be 10 degrees. No, so mark these points 10 degrees now. If you get these points, then what you should do is those points are your this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are these points. From there you should be able to measure this 1B here. So 1 A is 0, so that this point will be A, then 1B. So from this point to this point, this length should be there, 1B. Then 1C, like this length of this length, 1D, this one. Similarly, on the return stroke also, dwell will be constant. So at the end of the G, you will get this length, 6G. And that point will be here. This will be 6. If I call this one as X, this will be X. And again, H is also X. So that 0 dash will also be X. Then again, 1 dash I, that will be 1 dash I, 2 dash J. We use 1, 2, 3, 4 outstroke and with a dash on the return stroke. That is the general convention. 1, 2, 3 division for outstroke, and for return stroke we use a dash, 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash. Similarly, you should be able to trace this lengths in order. This all the reducing lengths in order from this base circle points. Then you can just freehandly draw a curve that passes through it, that is given as the red line in the above diagram. So this will be your cam profile diagram. This is how you draw a cam profile. Once you get the displacement, you should measure this lengths. Then you should draw a base circle for the given diameter or radius. Here, let's take base circle is of 50 mm radius. So if 50 mm radius you draw here, then you should place the cam vertically above the center. Then from there you mark the outstroke, dwell, return stroke. Then you divide the same length as you divided in the displacement diagram. So divide 6 equal parts. Then trace that 6 equal parts on the periphery of the circle or perimeter of the circle. From there onwards, from this circumference of the circle outwards, you mark this lengths and name it accordingly. Then you trace a smooth curve around it. That is how you generate a CAMSER profile. And similarly, sometimes you will be given as an offset method. In the case of offset, what you have to do is you have to draw a displacement diagram as we did earlier, but offset means the cam is not actually having a follower at its center. So follower is little offset by some distance they will get. For example, offset by 20 mm. So what you should do is, instead of having the follower at the center, it is having an offset of 20 mm. So let this be the base circle that was same as earlier, 50. Then you should draw a 20 mm circle, that is offset circle, from the same center. Then you will get a circle. And the point when the center of that circle, it will be same, and that point where that circle cuts across the radius of this other one, or the tangent at the vertical axis, will be the position of the follower. So this will be the offset circle 20 mm, and from there you will see a vertical line above. Then that will be the position of the cam. But the problem is we will still divide the 60° from the base circle itself. So first 60 from base circle, but that 60 should be taken from the line drawn from the center towards the tip of the follower. So this line. First you draw a cam there, then you draw a line here, then take 60 from there, or 60 or whatever length. Here we are taking 60. So 60°, dwell 30°, then again 60° outstroke. Now you divide again that 60° into 6 equal parts. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and mark this position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again here also. But instead of just taking the lengths, what you should take is, you should draw tangents passing through these positions to the offset circle. That is a complicated process. We will see it later. Again, I am just explaining it. You should be able to draw a tangent. I'll just show you how to draw it. So if this is your base circle, sorry, that is your offset circle, and this is your base circle. So we have a follower. Let's assume follower is placed there. So let's take another color. Yeah. So if this is the center, from there we mark a 60°, a 30°, and another 60°. And we are dividing that into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's assume that is 6. Then what we should do is, let's erase that offset. what we should do is we should be able to mark tangents from these positions to the base circle. So like this, towards this point. So tangent will be just the line touching across tangents. Like this, you will get tangents to the offset circles. And you should extend these tangents to the lengths that you need, because the lengths will be 1b. So if this is 1, this length will be b, this length will be c, like that. If you draw it correctly, let's reduce that a little bit. So let this be b, let that be c, this is 2. Similarly, d, e, f, g. So a, b, c, d, e, f, G, then you can get a free hand drawing around this. And similarly, you will get something similar to that in the here also. Here also you should be able to draw the tangents. Here also you will be getting 6 divisions, and you should draw a tangent from each of the division to the offset circle like this. So that is a basic method of how to draw it when it is a offset. So first we will see an example how to draw the displacement diagram as well as cam profile diagram of a uniform acceleration, so uniform velocity follower.